Hi, Steve. So initially I was going to make this I was going to really think this whole thing through and give you something that was well thought out. But I also think it's really important for me to give you something that's very candid and raw and just how I'm feeling right now. I'm exhausted. I'm tired. I am frustrated. I'm annoyed. I'm upset. I'm feeling like a number of emotions. And, the last 2 days I've just tried to stay off my phone because I can't police Facebook. I can't police Twitter. I can't police Instagram. I can't look all day at a lot of what is very disheartening and really, really hurtful. Just because I have no hate in my heart. I don't hate someone for the color of their skin, for their religion, their sexual orientation, none of that. And I've seen a lot of hateful things this past week and a half. And I mean, in general, I grew up on Long Island, which is in New York. It's right outside of New York City. So I think I was pretty whitewashed growing up. I also grew up in an Afro-Latino household. So my mom is, from Panama. So I'm a first generation student. And my dad, his parents came here from Panama, but he grew up in Brooklyn. So I've been afforded a number of opportunities my parents never had, probably never dreamed of. And, not only do I owe my career in law to them, but I owe it to my community. I owe it to my ancestors. I owe it to, Black and brown people around the world. My heart hurts for George and for Breonna and for Emmett Till and for Malcolm X, for a number of these victims of racism, blatant racism, inherent racism. But I'm also trying to use this to fuel me. So my reason for wanting to go to law school is ultimately because I want to help people. I think that is something that has always really driven me. I've always wanted to give back to my community. I've always wanted to service other. I don't think there's anything in this world that fills my heart more than that. And just because I know the amount of power that comes from law, we've seen countless times where if there was laws in place, lives could have been saved. If there were laws in place, people would not have gone to prison or jail, wrongfully. If, the law just came into play in so many of these scenarios, we would have seen totally different outcomes. So I want to go to law school because it's a passion of mine. I'm specifically really, really interested in the criminal justice system, more so in prisons than anything else. I've realized that mass incarceration has absolutely plagued this country, and especially Black and brown communities. And I see more than a system that is obviously in place to do good. Obviously we incarcerate people because they're a threat to those around them. But I also see the so many wrongs. We see people spending their lifetime in jail for a very minor, non-violent offense. Why? A lot of times it's because of the color of their skin. We see a lot of Black men who have been wrongfully convicted. And that's especially where I just feel so enraged, because how do you take someone's life away from them with no valid information, no valid, evidence? There's really nothing indicated that they did this crime except for you manipulating the facts to try and create a narrative. And again, we saw that in the trial for the murder of Emmett Till, even though it was so many years ago. So I feel like it's my duty to give back to the Black and brown communities. As an Afro-Latina, I think it's the least I can do. And it's something that is really heavy on my heart, because my dad or my mom could have very easily fell into the criminal justice system. A lot of times it's circumstantial, and I'm not trying to condone or justify crimes, but I'm trying to understand why these crimes were committed, or understand why and how someone fell down this path. Why don't we talk about the fact that we don't offer extensive rehabilitation resources in jails and prisons? Why isn't that a part of the conversation? Why are prisons privatized? Why are organizations and corporations getting paid to have a certain amount of people within a jail? Why? That doesn't make any sense. That's clearly showing there's something wrong here. We have a problem, and it goes so undiscussed. I feel like people, as long as someone's arrested for a crime, they don't care what happens afterwards. And that's where my passion is. What happens after? How can we stop having these people return back to jail and prison? What is it that we're not doing? What are we not looking at? I actually wrote my final paper for undergrad on this, because it's something that's really, really heavy on my heart. And I see that I'm in a really privileged position, and having this program that you're offering, the scholarship that you're offering, I really think will put me in one of the greatest law schools to be able to undertake this and start making some change and reform. Prison reform is something that's so, I know I'm over 5 minutes. I'm sorry. I'm just really invested in this, and I really want to help Black and brown people. And I really, really think at a time like this, I read something today saying that the percentage of Black applicants for law school is going down. That hurts. That's upsetting. Why? So I want to be able to use this scholarship in order to invest into my future and invest into many, many lives. And I'm sorry that I went over the 5-minute rule, but I really, really hope that I am able to win the scholarship. And hopefully you see that I'm speaking from my heart. So I hope you have a great day. Hope you stay safe, stay healthy.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I'll wish you all the best and take care.